Hey, people are asking me, how do I find my passion? Now they think it's, oh, that's so great. You're writing books, you're doing what you love, and it's great. It is easy. It's easy because I know what I want to do. But then so I get to the people who say, oh, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I'll talk about it every single day. I'll talk about lots of creative outlets, and I'll think, oh, but what if you're not quite there yet? What if you don't know what you want to do? Huh. And I struggle with this because I feel like I've known for so long what I want to do. I mean, I think, I don't know, late teens, early 20s to write, by the way, just spill the beans there. Not exactly a secret. And so for me to hear that from somebody else, I think, oh, right. So yeah, who do you find that? And what's helped me, and then, so you might say, how am I going to tell you or help you find what it is you're passionate about, or what your meaning, what's my purpose in life? Yeah, how am I going to help that? But I think that I have gone way beyond my original sort of purpose or meaning or yeah, existence, like reason for existence almost. I mean, like, what do you want to do with your life? And since I found that, I've then not only sort of broadened it, so found it, yay, great, check, but then how have I expanded and broadened? And I kind of see it like this tree. Like this tree, think about it, it started with this, I mean, tiny seed, right? And now we got what? One, two, three, four, five, six. And well, then they keep I mean, they keep expanding by branches, right? Like, where's the tree? What's the main thing? What's the main part of this thing? And what matters most? Okay, who's number one here? And I don't know. I don't know. Does it matter? It matter who's number one? So for me, does it matter that I'm a writer and I associate with a writer? I don't think so. I mean, I'm now speaking. I'm doing courses. I'm podcasting. I'm audio, video, written word. Am I necessarily only the writer now? I don't know. Back to the seed. So when the seed is planted, and this stuff goes way above my biology, high school biology understanding of how this all works, and I know it's DNA and genetics and all that good stuff, but I actually don't really get it. How does that little seed know I'm going to be this tree and not that bush, that tree, right? That different kind of tree. And I know it's all ingrained in there, but I still think it's this tiny little thing. And then it's this huge thing. And then how does it know? Why does it become six big trunks? Why not just why not four? Why not? What happened? Was there like a certain rainstorm, certain year? Was there a bolt of lightning? Was there a leaf that was over one of the little sproutlings, and so it went this way? I don't know. So there's the beginning, there's the source, there's the core, there's the reason, like the seed. But then there's environmental factors, the rain or the right sun, or that tree fell down at a certain time. So this trunk grew more, right? So enough of the tree. Back to you. You've got a seed. I mean, we made the metaphor, what, your body, your soul, whatever you want to call it. And then there's environmental factors of your life. So you've got something that turned you into who you are now. But then what are the environmental factors that have sprouted up the different trunks of what makes you you? And are you giving them priority? So is this your number one and that's your number two? But look at that one's kind of smaller, number five there, whatever. And why is that smaller? Should that have more priority? Is that the one you'd actually rather give priority to? So this is where I think that it all comes from the seed. It's all from the seed, but then we can later on still change. It's still a tree. We're not going to turn it into a violin. Like, I guess actually it could be a violin. Let's chop it up. But yeah, bad, bad. Don't go down that. Don't go down that path. How can we then alter the path of, in this case, genetics and DNA and all that stuff to become something different than it is? Or a slight alteration. Like, what if there's a new sprout over here that's going to sprout up? I mean, really, relatively late in this tree's life, and there's a new sprout, and that's going to become, wow, like the biggest, greatest thing, relatively later on in this tree's life. So, are you set, from birth? This is what you are. This is who you are. This is why you are. This is what you'll be. It's all set. I mean, I don't think so. So how can you get this out? How can you find that's the one I want to be, or that's the one I want to grow, or even crazier, right? Because the people, and this is, I am getting back to my first question. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what my passion is. What if what you want to do with your life is has not yet sprouted, right? And it's going to come up. I mean, somewhere, right? It could still happen. I mean, here, look at these guys right here. These guys are relatively small. Look at that one. That one, I don't know, that one broke off. Maybe that was a lightning strike. That one clearly was a big one and it broke. And then look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4A and B sprouted in its place. So how does that happen? And I believe it comes through creating. And what is creating? Creating often, I think it often sounds tough to people because I think they get scared of like the blank page. Like, oh, no, anything but that. And they think, oh, I need to create something. I need to make something. This is where I diverge from that sentiment. I think creating is letting it out. I think I keep seeing like a car and exhaust pipe, right? The car, if the engine runs, it needs somewhere to let the exhaust out, right? There's combustion and the piston's going and it's creating energy somewhere it needs to exhaust. I mean, yes, it's turning the axle, but then somewhere is the exhaust. So the axle is the main action, but then what is it letting out? What is it letting go of? And this is what I think we as humans or whatever don't do enough of. And this is what I think creation is, creating. And and it doesn't need to necessarily be artistic. I mean, I'm a writer. I like writing. For me, writing gets it out for me. But also, right here, right now, I'm recording a video. This is letting it out for me. This is not rehearsed. I don't have a script. I don't have like teleprompters over here going on. I'm winging it. Sorry, that's disappointment. I actually think it's not a disappointment at all. I think winging it is where you learn this stuff. Okay, I just got a point based on my meta explanation of winging it. Wing it. Wing it, see what happens. Take that scary blank page. Get a pen, fill it. And you might think, oh, I'm back in I have to journal. Well, where's your exhaust pipe? How do you let it out? Do you go jogging? And if you run for an hour and that's when your ideas sort of, get through the fluff and the clouds and the gunk and the junk and the like clogged drain of the day and come out? And that's when you're true to yourself and you let that stuff come out. But then by the time your jog's coming to an end and you're coming back home and come back to your regular life, and you're gonna suppress it and push it back down. You're not going to let it out. Again, back in your normal life. But that jogging is for you, your time of, not, I use the word creation, but your time of reflection or getting out there. Or how do you let it out? There's got to be a time when you let it out. I do not believe I'm a big meditator. I think meditation, it's one of those things where it's one of the few things I wish I started earlier in my life. For me, meditation is key to letting this out. So what is your meditation that will lead to creation? Meditate to create. Because whatever your meditation is, I mean, it's you're sitting there on the top of a mountaintop in Tibet. I mean, that's fantastic, but it absolutely doesn't need to be that. It could be jogging. It could be walking in the forest. It could be right now Me talking into this video, this is my meditation because it's getting the junk out, and then boom, I find that nugget, that thing, that branch number 5. That's it. That's the one. But if I don't bring it out, I'm not going to see it. If this tree doesn't grow, I don't know which one is number 5. There is no number 5 because there is no tree. So we've got to plant that seed. Ooh, plant that seed. I like that. Plant that seed. Let it sprout. That like be born, exist, live, and then you'll have your sprouts. And some of them you might suppress. You might hide. I hid being a writer for years, if not decades. It's sad, and I was going to say it pains me. It no longer pains me, but it pained me to suppress. To suppress that branch costs more energy than to let it out. So I hear you. You're going to say, well, I don't have that branch. I don't know what that branch is. And that's when I'm back to the car exhaust. I'm back to the branch. There's stuff. You need to let it out. Find your meditation. Find your quiet place, whatever you want to call it. It's your bike ride. It's your jog. It's your workout. It's your walk in the forest. It's your meditation. Of course, I'm sort of avoiding meditation, but I think meditation is ideal way to find your purpose. Because, okay, did I not get to the big secret? The big secret is the answer is within. I mean, I know it's all the same stuff, but think about the tree. The answer is here. That branch number 5, that potentially new branch that hasn't, just born, it's all in here, right? It's just got to come out. Just got to let it out. That's important. That's where I think we find our meaning, where we find our purpose, where that whole, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I get people say, I have enough money. I have a good life. Everything's fine. I'm not satisfied. I have no meaning. I have no purpose. I don't know what to do. What am I going to do for the rest of my life? I'm like, okay, are we there yet? Enough? Have we got enough yet? Right? Any of those resonate? They do with me. Well, they did. Now I'm doing it. I'm branch number 6. Plant the seed. Let it sprout. Do the hard work. Find a blank page. Do it. Do the work. Create. Let it out. All right. I'm going to stop. Enough of the tree analogies. Enough seeds. I'm not even a botanist. Maybe it's original. Thanks for watching. I'm Bradley Charbonneau. This is Create.